start the picking speech when everyone's sat down in their seats very kindly. No, please take your time. No, Jamie Breslow, please take your time.
Breslow, sit down.
Okay, first things first, Max and Lauren are married, everybody! Now, to those of you that don't know us, I'm Henry, and this is Louis. Hello. And we're the brothers and the new brothers-in-law to the married couple this evening. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. You've seen the smiles, you've seen the tears. Now watch closely as you see 250 people in one room, all awkwardly wincing at the same best man speech. Jam-packed with lines that we think are funny, and you think are disgusting. And more than likely, culturally insensitive. But either way, we're going to have a thumping great time.
No, you can't mention that word.
Oh, thumping? Sorry.
Max is such a good brother. Max is so smart and funny. He is a great role model and we are so happy.
Now that's done, let's get started.
About 18 months ago, we were asked to be the MCs at our sister's wedding. While introducing the best man, Max delivered the following line. It says a lot about a groom if he asks his brothers to be his best men. Most importantly, it says he has no friends. Well, Max, as your brothers, we are so honoured to be the best men at this evening, and we still can't believe you thought this was a good idea. Needless to say, we've been given plenty of warnings about our speech tonight. What we can and can't include, what Max or the rest of the guests may find offensive. We've been told to be careful about jokes we make surrounding Max's little incident back in February. But we've also been warned about our speech taking too long, as Max only gets 20 minutes of outdoor time before he has to go back to his cell. To anyone who didn't quite get that joke, we'll come back to it later.
In fact, we've had so many warnings about what Max is and isn't happy with us mentioning, that in the process, we made a groundbreaking discovery. Max is a big wuss. I know, I wanted to use a different word too.
Henry.
No, I know, don't call Max a pussy in his best man speech. I know. You can't say that. How many more times? Anyway, it may come to the surprise of absolutely none of you in this room to know, but one of our favourite things about our brother is his constant urge to play wind-up merchant, only to then go home to become hypersensitive and cuddle his doggy.
Speaking of which, did you know Max and Lauren have a dog called Gus? When Max asked us to walk the dog down the aisle this afternoon, I thought he was being a bit harsh. We follow Lauren on Instagram. We've met loads of her friends, and we just couldn't figure out who he was talking about. But then we realised it was Gus.
Now, Max prides himself on being an overprotected dog dad / freelancer, which, for all of you non-millennials out there, translates to unemployed stay-at-home husband with anxiety issues.
In fact, they are so obsessed with Gus, or his preferred nickname to his parents,
Oh, Gussie, wussy, booby pants.
that Max has now decided to become permanently unemployed to look after his dog. In reality, what we mean to say is, Max is entirely unemployable.
How can you say that? He outperformed both of us academically. He never got himself into trouble like we did. He was always the role model brother. In fact, most of our teenage years consisted of being told to be more like Max. The funny one, the smart one, the sporty one. It was so boring to hear. I'd have upped him to the point that I even get the same haircut as him now. Louis, please can I tell the story now?
Yeah, go on then. But just don't forget, some of these people might be in the jury.
Well, we knew that when he met Lauren, he was punching above his weight. And she always thought that he was a knockout boyfriend. But little did he realise just how literal that would end up. So, let me tell you all about today that Max, the role model one, found himself in a prison cell for a historic knockout punch.
Henry, stop smiling.
It was the 3rd of February. An unusually bright and sunny Sunday morning, and I was full of optimism. However, little did I know just how great that Sunday was. I wake up to 2 text messages and several missed calls, with a combination of Lauren and my sister Patty. The text from Patty reads, "I am so excited for you to wake up." Let me tell you, never have I had a hangover disappear so quickly. And that day was just going to get better and better. For those of you that don't know, our brother Max, he who he had spent so many years looking up to, had spent the night detained at Her Majesty's pleasure for punching someone. The sheer delight on my face was a joy to behold. Of course, the sympathy, the shame, the embarrassment, but most of all, the gift from God for a best man. And why did he punch someone, I hear you ask? Well, I'm told that it's because this young man called him a fat, stumpy-headed, bald man. And Max may or may not have overreacted. Well, I can tell you that we spent many weeks trying to locate this man to give him a medal, and we're delighted to announce that he's here tonight. No, not really, unfortunately. But whoever that man is, he does deserve a medal from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. When I heard this story, that's when I knew the role model brother was no more. He'd been replaced by a violent criminal thug. The funny one, the smart one, the sporty one. Not so boring to hear anymore. So, the day Max went to prison. Terrible for some, incredible for me.
And all these years, anyone who knew the Worth family would think it was Henry going behind bars first.
To be fair, I thought so.
But one thing we can both agree on is that if either of us were in that situation, Max, you'd be the first person we call. You've always been there for us when we've needed you, and at least now you can give us some advice on how to safely pick up the soap in the communal prison shower. But we don't want you to think that this is the only stupid thing Max has done. No. Our entire speech isn't just based around one silly little outburst. Max has a treasure chest full of them. When he was 9, he had a sticker book dedicated to Peter Andre.
When he was 16, he was still collecting stamps.
But when he was 17, Max started learning about women. He learned how to approach them and how to get it spectacularly wrong. Lauren, time to pour another drink. Picture the scene. A confident 17-year-old Max is trying to impress a girl. He's giving it the talk. He's playing the big man and trying to show off about just how mature he really is. So, to solidify his maturity and sexual prowess, he told a little lie. I mean, who wouldn't? We've all stretched the truth once or twice, I'm sure. However, Max wasn't satisfied with a simple white lie. Determined to make this girl's knees quiver, Max, for whatever godforsaken reason, decided to tell her that once on a night out clubbing, one celebrity band member tried to loosen up his buttons in a nightclub. Yes, that's right, folks. None other than pop star sensation, global phenomenon, and A-lister Nicole Scherzinger. Because when dating five-time Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton just isn't enough, you just crave the opportunity to spend a lustful evening with a hairy, slightly overweight, starting to bald, 17-year-old Jewish boy in a shisha bar in Golders Green. I bet you wish he spit that story, don't you? But then he met Lauren.
Oh, Lauren. Lauren, first of all, you look incredible in that. We knew you'd make a beautiful bride and know you'll be a fantastic wife and sister-in-law. And actually, that dress is perfect for the fancy dress party next week, if you don't mind. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I feel like the brides always get away with it on their wedding day. No one ever takes the piss out of them, and really, this speech is about them too.
Lauren, we love you like our sister. And that's why we're about to treat you like our sister.
Although that said, Lauren is now giving me a look that says 5 more words and I will get out of the seat and attack you both. I think she may have been taking lessons from Matt. Let's go straight to that.
It's very clear that Max and Lauren are perfect for each other. Whilst Max is highly strung and oversensitive, Lauren's chakra is in a permanent state of zen. Anyone who knows Lauren would define her as permanently chilled and easygoing. I remember your work induction so vividly. A very typical, low-key work Friday night dinner. There was chicken soup, roast chicken, and a standard dinner conversation. You know, where you grew up, what you do, and then Mum asking if we think women are objectified unfairly in the porn we watch. So, yeah, pretty normal stuff. Lauren, if there was a sign saying, "Get out now before it's too late," yeah, you missed the bus on that one. Bob.
About 3 weeks ago, we were on holiday in Israel, and we were talking about speeches in general. I remember you saying that when someone addresses you directly in speech, you immediately, uncontrollably, start crying. Well, Lauren, I am now speaking directly and only to you. Now, it's quite common that you gain a sister-in-law that you get along well with and enjoy spending time with. But Lauren, gaining a genuine friend in the process, that is so rare. Patty, Louie and I are so lucky. Considering both of us have looked up to Max for so long, you make him seem so exceptionally average. I hope I too can find someone so amazing to share my life with. For now, I'm single by choice. It's not my choice, but still. We're so happy for you both, and we cannot wait to celebrate the rest of the weekend with you.
It looks like we are running out of time, so before we leave, Max, when we wrote this speech, it was so incredibly tempting to not say a single nice word about you.
Thanks for having us.
But, again, apparently there has to be a nice part. So, begrudgingly, here it goes. Max, growing up with you was incredible. Not only were you there to protect me from Henry when he inevitably lost his temper, but you've been a role model to me my entire life. Lauren, I couldn't be happier that you've joined our family. You're a perfect fit for Max and a perfect level of weird for the words. Watching Max over the last 5 years with you has been so special, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead.
Max, it's been such an honour for both of us to be your best man. But realistically, you are the best man in the room tonight. We could not be happier for you and Lauren and Gus. As we may have shown you tonight, you learn a lot about your older brother as you grow up. But to see him find happiness in the way he has with you, Lauren, to witness that firsthand and then be able to celebrate that with you all weekend is so special. Despite our jokes, you are the absolute legend of a brother, and you and Lauren have quite clearly found a perfect match in each other too. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be thrilled to hear that the pain is over. You can stop squirming now, so please be upstanding, make some noise and raise your glasses. The best men to the best couple, and undoubtedly the best dog between, to Max and Lauren and Gus!